you know, what people have to do now. People have to make a decision. What usually I relate it to people in this manner. Uh, when you go into the book of Exodus, when Yah brought our forefathers, the children of Israel, out of Egypt, they immediately went astray almost and built a calf, an idol, and said this is what led them out of Egypt when Moses had been up into the mountain the first time for 40 days and 40 nights, conversing with the Creator, and the Creator was giving him his laws, statutes, ordinances, and judgments and commandments. Now, after the 40 days and 40 nights, Yah told Moses to get himself down because the people had turned aside quickly and created an idol, a calf, and said that led them out of Egypt. And he told him, he said, get thyself down that my anger may wax hot. I'm going to destroy all of them and make a great nation out of you. But Moses interceded and asked him not to do it because then the people would say he wasn't strong enough to bring us into the land of Israel. Well, it was the land of Canaan at the time, but would soon be the land of Israel. Now, basically, this is what is going on now. In other words, when Moses came down off the mountain, he told the people, he said, you have sinned a great sin in the sight of the Most High, YHWH. He said, now all who's for that idol, go on over there with it. All who's for Yah, come unto me. So he broke the people up. Well, this is similar what Yah righteousness has been raised up to do, is to disseminate the truth and the light of YHWH to the nations of the earth and the people thereof. But the people have to make a decision. Everybody gets a chance to make a decision on what they want to do. All right? They're either going to serve Yah or they're going to be about whatever else. And that's the breakup. And once they make their mind up, then that's their destiny is basically decided. Okay? Simple as that. All they have to do now is live it out. And you have many people who are going to choose Yah, but you're going to have a lot more who are not going to choose Yah, and that's going to be their decision. Now, I have people, or should I say, we have people here at Yah Righteousness. I basically talk to, I'm the one that talks to them, so that's why I said that, but it's not about me. I don't want you to think that. It's about Yah of hosts. But people call, and you have people who, whether it's the male of the household or the female of the household, and one or the other, the male, he can see and understand what's being disseminated to him about the Creator, and he wants to be about Yah, but his spouse can't see it. They have children, okay? Some of the children are very young, some of them are a little older, some of them are young adults. But like I tell them, when we talk, they say, like a gentleman, he'll call me, he'll say, man, I can hear and understand what you're saying, but I tell my wife she can't hear. She's still caught off into idolatry. She's still caught off into Christianity or Islam or Judaism or whatever. She doesn't want to do it. I had a person I talked to here about 2.5 weeks ago. He called from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and that was his problem, his dilemma. But his situation had progressed to the point where he said he had known that they were Hebrew Israelites for many years. He had done his best to explain this to his wife and get his wife to eat different, okay, to stop eating all these things that he understood would destroy her. She couldn't hear it. So she kept on eating this way. Now just here the other year, she was a diabetic. She became a diabetic. And she got into such a dire strait where she had to have a kidney transplant. So he donated a kidney, and he explained it to me that, we've been together 23 years. I couldn't just let her go. I had to reach out and help her. So my question to him was, all right, so now that she almost died and you had to give her a kidney, you donated her one of your kidneys. Now can she hear? Now does she understand the necessity to change her diet? And he said, yeah, she's coming around, man. She's coming around, okay? Because some people are so hard-headed. They're so strung out. They're so addicted. Well, again, to cure any addiction, you need strength. You need inner strength. Okay, spiritual, mental, and that radiates into the physical. But the only way to get this strength, you must turn toward the Creator. The more you turn toward Him, the more He will strengthen you. Okay? And again, I had a person just call here last week from North Carolina, and she she was the same position, but now it's the woman in the household. She's telling me her husband, he couldn't understand. He was still caught off into Christianity, and she done her best to explain to him that's because that's the way we've been raised in this captivity. And she told me she took him back to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 15 through 67, and showed him those curses, and showed him where it says we would be into idolatry in the lands of our captivity. Okay, well that's what we've been in. So right there, like we've mentioned on previous shows, in 28 Deuteronomy verse 64, 65, 66, and 67, it explicitly states there that we wouldn't be about anything other than idolatry in the lands of our captivity until the time of the end. Okay, like it says in Daniel chapter 12, until the time of the end. The book was sealed. The book of remembrance was sealed until the time of the end. Well, we're in the end time now. All right? And again, the handwriting's on the wall for anybody that's not stubborn and incorrigible to see that America is going towards economic destruction, because again, America was built on the back of entrepreneurship. It was built on the back of traffic. All right, that's what it is. These people who are international bankers, they have no allegiance to America. They have no allegiance to any nation. All right, they are only about power, specifically number one, and economics, wealth, number two, which helps one, if they have enough knowledge, again, to acquire power. That's all they're about. They don't care about anybody other than themselves. And that's just the truth of that, and history bears this out. They will use you just like they had a conference here a couple of months ago back in April called The Winter Soldier in Washington, D.C. And it had all of these veterans from the Vietnam War all the way up to today who are maimed, a lot of them psychologically maimed, okay? But a lot of them not only psychologically maimed, but physically maimed. And they had this conference in Washington, D.C., but you didn't hear about it on any news station, major news station. You would have to go to the search engines or the YouTube or to find out, or access stations to find out about this conference. And all of these soldiers were talking about how these lies and deceptions had been put out, the propaganda had been put out about the Vietnamese soldier when he came back to America. You know, like if you saw movies like Rambo, they said the soldiers were being spit on. That's not true. That never happened. Okay, so again, you have to go into these things and dig in and find out the truth of them. But again, you can call here and we'll talk about it. But I got to wrap this up. I've been given the sign. So again, people, y'all bless, and hopefully we'll talk in the near future. Peace.